I'm a novelist, and that means that I have to write something long and continuous, and I have to do it every day. I think poets work in a slightly different way. This may be why there's such a lot of First World War poetry, but no First World War novels. You can't write a novel in the trenches because you can't guarantee you're going to be there next day, never mind be able to finish chapter 3 or whatever it is. Because writing a novel is not a sprint. It's not something you do in a hurry. It's something you do over a long time. So if you get discouraged when you're doing a long piece of work, don't worry. Accept it. That's part of the job. That's part of what writing is. This feeling that you don't know what to write next, and you're bored and you're fed up and you hate it, you wish you'd never begun. Good. You're doing the right thing. That's what it's like. I write about fantastical worlds because I'm lazy. I can't be bothered to go and do the research about the real world. It's much easier, much less effort to sit at my desk and make it up. I never make a plan for a novel when I'm writing, but I do look forward to bits that I'm going to write. I do think, well, when those two characters meet up, I'll enjoy that bit. Put yourself into the scene. What would you see if you were there? And what is important about what you would see if you were there? The story is always the governor. In the book I'm holding here, The Amber Spyglass, which is the third part of his Dark Materials, there was a passage I was looking forward to writing. It's a passage when two important characters meet for the first time. The two characters I'm talking about in this case were the boy Will and the bear Yorick Birnison. Now, Will is a boy from our world. A very ordinary boy. There's nothing special about Will. He hasn't got a special destiny or special powers or anything like that. But he's discovered a weapon, a knife. It's called the subtle knife, a knife that can cut through anything. Now, Will and the bear have never met. They've never come face to face, but this is when they do. Will put his rucksack down and hoisted the helmet up on its end. He could barely lift it. It consisted of a single sheet of iron, dark and dented, with eye holes on top and a massive chain underneath. It was as long as Will's forearm and as thick as his thumb. "So this is your armor," he said. "Well, it doesn't look very strong to me. I don't know if I can trust it. Let me see." And he took the knife from the rucksack and rested the edge against the front of the helmet and sliced off a corner as if he were cutting butter. "That's what I thought," he said, and cut another and another, reducing the massive thing to a pile of fragments in less than a minute. He stood up and held out a handful. "That was your armor," he said, and dropped the pieces with a clatter onto the rest of his feet. "And this is my knife. And since your helmet was no good to me, I'll have to fight without it. Are you ready, bear? I think we're well matched. I could take off your head with one blow of my knife. After all." Utter stillness. The bear's black eyes glowed like pitch, and Will felt a drop of sweat trickle down his spine. Then the bear's head moved. He shook it, took a step backwards. "Too strong a weapon," he said. "I can't fight that. Boy, you win." Will knew that a second later the people would cheer and hoot and whistle, so even before the bear had finished saying the word win, Will had begun to turn and call out to keep them quiet. "Now you must keep the bargain. Look after the wounded people and start repairing the buildings. Then let the boat tie up and refuel." The bear spoke quietly, in a voice that seemed to throb as deeply as the ship's engines. "What is your name?" he said. "What do you seek?" "I'm Will Parry. You're going up the river and I want to come with you. I'm going to the mountains and this is the quickest way. Will you take me?" "Yes. I want to see that knife." "I will only show it to a bear I can trust. There is one bear I've heard of who's trustworthy. He is the king of the bears, a good friend of the girl I'm going to the mountains to find. Her name is Lyra Silvertongue. The bear is called Yorick Birnison." "I am Yorick Birnison," said the bear. "I know you are," said Will. Write whatever you like to read. If you're interested in writing professionally, don't think of the market for 1 second. Publishers always want to say, write something that's like the one that was a bestseller last year. We want another bestseller, therefore you write one like the one that's gone before. I'd say exactly the opposite. Write only what you think nobody else will be interested in the world but you. But write that. because that'll be the thing that'll come most deeply and truly out of you, and the thing that'll make most impression on other people. Memory is very important, and memory of what we felt like at a particular age. Memory of what was the first kiss you ever had, the first time you ever heard a piece of music that later came to mean a great deal to you. Things like this. If you keep those memories fresh, you'll be able to draw on them.